Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WrestleDream Prediction Show for the Elite City Podcast. It's just me and Rick today, and we will be giving our 2 cents on who we think's gonna win at the pay-per-view, and just our general thoughts on the pay-per-view in general. So, how are you today, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Knees holding up, so
That's
no
good.
complaints.
That's good.
This pay-per-view kind of snuck up on us a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it's very close to the last one. The last one was what, like September 20th or something, right?
Yeah. So like,
it's like a month, almost exactly.
yeah, almost to the day. So
it's a little bit less, but it's very fast. And I will admit that I've watched Dynamite and sometimes some parts of Collision, but I haven't given it my full attention because I've watched it late or I've watched it whatever.
Right.
I'm not super psyched for this pay-per-view.
That makes sense.
Like, I'm sure it's going to be good. Like, I don't want to say oh, it's not good. Like, AEW pay-per-views are
no.
Like, they've never had one that isn't good, right? But I don't know if it's just the time frame in between the two shows or my fault for not paying that much attention, or there's a bunch of rematches on this card. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure as I'm watching it, I'll enjoy it. But right now I'm it'll be fine.
I mean, you don't think it's the AI booking, do you?
Yeah, it's the AI booking so that the booking team can spend more time politically.
Yes. Oh, that's fun. So
what a great idea that was. A company that does that must be doing wonderfully.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to just give your 2 cents on who should win in a match based on two people. That's not a real sporting contest, but to let AI do that is even worse.
Wonderful idea. They're doing great.
Yes.
And you got to save money. You got to do it to save money because
2,000%.
They're barely profitable over there. I think.
I know.
Not like they have billions upon billions of dollars.
And more on the way with the Saudi money. I mean, come on.
Well, speaking of that, before we get into the card,
let's go. Okay.
Apparently, you're never going to see Andrade again.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Nice job. I'm not blaming him, and I'm not blaming AEW.
Exactly.
The idea that I get their general idea, right? You don't want people getting themselves fired so that they can immediately show up on the other show.
Yeah,
okay,
I get that.
Sure. But to say that, oh yeah, we'll fire you and you can't work anywhere for a year and we're not going to pay you. So you just have to not have money for a year.
For 1 year.
Insane. That's insane.
And
that can't be legal.
No, because, and this is just my, for exactly what you said, not now, if they paid him, they'd have a foot in the door, but no, you can't work anywhere else, but we're not going to pay you. And we fired you over something that you didn't cause. Now, that's another thing. Again, I could see if you went out on their show and did a like a super pipe bomb and you fired, went backstage, everyone blows up and you get fired. Yeah, of course they're not going to let you go work somewhere else. But if you just get your pink slip in the mail one day and they're like, oh, guess what, you also can't work anywhere. And
the biggest problem with it is nobody actually knows why Andrade got fired, right? There's a bunch of rumors that he didn't answer his phone, or he failed a drug test or whatever. We don't know what it was, whatever it was. But the issue with this is that the company decided to fire him, right?
Exactly.
For whatever reason. So if they're saying, oh, if for whatever reason the company decides to fire you, you can't work for a year. If they just don't want to pay someone, say you have a huge contract and you're not getting over, can't they just fire you? If you're, I don't know, LA Knight, and you're getting paid a bunch of money, but they're not making it back, or they don't think they are, couldn't they just fire you?
Yeah.
And say, oh yeah, it's because your last match was supposed to go 15 minutes and it went 18, and that screwed up our show. So now you're fired and you can't work anywhere for a year, and also we're not going to pay you.
You just say that, I have to bust out. It's the stupidest thing.
In what other world would that work? You hire, I messaged you this, you hire a contractor to renovate your kitchen, and they don't do the cabinets the way you wanted to do the cabinets. So you're like, oh, you're fired. I'm not paying you. Also, you can't renovate anyone else's kitchen for a year.
It's I'm cracking up because it's so absurd.
That's insane. I understand if they put like the 90-day thing, I don't like, but I get it. Fine. They don't want you showing up on another show the next day. Fine.
Exactly.
I get.
Yeah.
If they're saying a year, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
And if it goes through, the day 366, you start your show with a microphone and Andrade. Like,
yeah.
And just let him do it. Say, hey, whatever the hell you want to say, dude, get it off your chest. They did this to you.
And they conveniently make it that you can't work for any company that they don't own or are affiliated with. So like they're trying to get, it's been well known that they're trying to get TNA TV deals.
Yeah.
So TNA will be the number 2 company because they don't like it that it's AEW because they have no control over AEW. So I guaranteed if you wanted to work for TNA, they would say, oh yeah, that's fine. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're basically, this can't be, he kind of has to sue. Like, I don't want to make this a whole thing. Like that's the whole point of our podcast.
Yeah.
But like he kind of has to sue.
At this point, I agree. He has to. Either that or he could say, screw it and talk to Tony and work for CMLL.
Right.
Because it does say, you sent a snippet of the contract. It says,
yeah, like Fightful had it. Yeah.
Like you said, any affiliated company you're allowed to work for, but nothing that's in direct competition in the United States.
In the United States. Yeah.
So like, I would send him to, again, CMLL and just give him a microphone. Say, like, he can say whatever the hell he wants about an American company. Well, you could say that anyway, but there's nothing they could do to him legally. But again, it sucks. And I agree. He has to sue at this point.
You'd have to, because like, say he's fine. He's probably fine financially, right? He probably made decent money and he's fine. Like he can do something for a year. Like he's not going to be on the street. Like I'm assuming, I'm guessing. Right. But for every other wrestler who ever will work there ever again, like if you're a rookie and this is your first contract in WWE and you sign a 5-year deal and they fire you a year into it and they're like, oh yeah, you can never work again. Like, and you made, $100,000. That's not going to sustain you for the next year. Right. Either he has to sue for like the precedent of this, that it can't be allowed, like for anyone else. Like,
yes,
it's insane.
And just, I thought of something, like you said, like obviously like Andrade has made money in the industry and everything, but you're also going to go from like, he can't, like, I mean, he could get a job at Walmart, I'm sure, but he's like used to living on like, I don't know, 7 figures a year,
right? Like professional
bills. Yeah. Like bills come in.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm assuming he like owns a house and had a car, right? That he has to pay for.
Yeah. Like, oh, you either have to go broke or like live like a pauper just in case WWE fires you.
Yeah. Because even maybe in this case, they had a legitimate reason to fire him. I don't know, but maybe they did.
Again.
Right. But who's to say that they can't just make up anything ever? Right. Like, we called you on Saturday and said you have to be at TV right now across the country and you didn't. So you're fired.
Yeah. Or even
they could make up anything.
Even like you said, like they have a national television show. They could say your match went long and it cost us, like we had to skip the 5 seconds of our commercial break and the sponsors got mad. Like literally they could do that. They
can do anything. Yeah. So this is insane. It's insane. Yeah. So
anyways. Anyway, good luck, Andrade. We hope we do not have to wait until next year's WrestleDream to see you. If that is, I would spend every day of my life going on the internet and bad mouthing the company that I used to work for. That's what I would do.
I just put a countdown on to 365 days, 364 days, 360 days every day until like you're allowed to be like, anyway. That's not going to be our whole podcast, but it's ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous. But what isn't ridiculous is WrestleDream. And first and foremost, I want to give Tony Khan credit for, again, we always talk about this. It's weird that it took, this long since wrestling has existed since like 1900, that the pre-show on a pay-per-view is actually treated like part of the show and not like garbage matches that are just like, oh, that's the free show. The 2 pre-show matches that have been excuse me, I'm tripping on my words. The 2 pre-show matches that have been named so far in Jet Speed and FTR and Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. Like those are two legit matches.
Right. And there's going to be something with Eddie Kingston and Hook because they said they're going to be there. So I don't know what it'll be, but
well, yeah, I left that off because it's
we don't
unknown
know. Yeah.
who their opponent is. But yeah, you're gonna have three freaking matches that are. I hate to say it because it's like I'm saying what I'm fighting against. They're pay-per-view quality matches,
Right.
And it's weird that it took this long for that to happen. Like, why wouldn't you? You're trying to sell it. That's what we were told in the 90s that the pre-show was. That was the commercial.
Yeah, that's what it was for, to try to get you to buy the
but it was always like Doink the Clown versus Headbanger Mosh.
Yeah, in like a 5-minute match, and then they showed you a bunch of recaps of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why didn't they just give us good matches?
Right.
Anyways. Anyways, we're gonna start there with we're taking the Eddie Kingston and Hook thing off because we don't know their opponent yet. Excuse me. We don't know their
According to
opponent
Wikipedia, there's also Roderick Strong and the Conglomeration against the Death Riders. I don't know if they actually announced that or if that's just on Wikipedia.
Oh, that was on the main card.
Oh, okay. It's listed as pre-show, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I was AEW website. I just took their flyer. So I don't know. Maybe it's not. Anyways,
I'm sure maybe they don't know.
Also true. I have Jet Speed over FTR. I think they're going to start with a little bit of a curveball, since, as we said earlier, it's kind of a semi-predictable pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. I agree with that. I'm going to go the same way. I think that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah, when you said it earlier, like it is a lot of rematches, a lot of, and again, there could be a curveball, but a lot of things just make sense going one certain way. So that's why this one, neither of them need a win. They can all handle a loss, but Jet Speed over FTR is more impressive than FTR over Jet Speed.
Yeah. Do you think Christian and or Adam Copeland gets involved?
Oh, that's a good question.
I didn't think of it until right now.
Well, I don't know if Adam can, because I know he's filming a movie. That's
right.
Now Christian, on the other hand, maybe.
Yeah, I could see Christian doing something, or after the match, maybe.
Yeah, maybe after the match have them. Well, I guess Copeland could do something there, like not necessarily like wrestle, but like do a run in after the match just to let them know that they're still here. So yeah, I'll agree. I think Copeland and Christian, in some one way or another, do something.
Yeah, that makes sense too. I agree.
Then I have Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford over Willow and Harley.
That's a tough one.
I know,
because like Megan Bayne's obviously been pushed really well. Like she wins all the time, and she should. Like she's great.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Willow and Harley because I think they're gonna go decently far in this tag team tournament that they haven't actually announced when it is that I know of. But yeah, I say Willow and Harley.
Okay.
That's gonna be a fun team. We haven't really seen them team that they've interacted backstage, but they haven't actually been a team as far as I know. So that's gonna be fun.
They are gonna be the most over. They're going to be very popular in the women's tag division.
Harley can do anything. She can be in any group, like
literally,
and make it funny.
It's hilarious. On Ring of Honor, they brought back QTV.
Yeah.
But it's like hilarious. Like she went on to be like the biggest star. So like it's instead of him coming in and like she'll be like, "Come on, QT, I have stuff to do." and like she'll have, like the one day, like she was taking notes, like, and it was like for like a promo for like AEW, and he was like, "Come on, Harley, what are you doing?" She's like, "I have stuff going on after this." It's so great, like meaning that those guys don't do anything.
Harley's the best.
She is the best. Before we go any further, somebody put out a tweet the other day that, or not tweet, excuse me, on Blue Sky, whatever they're called. Harley Cameron seems to have taken the place that would have been Danhausen's, and she's running with the ball.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Same here. Like she's goofy, but like they're probably like, obviously Danhausen's a better wrestler just for the years of experience.
Right.
But Danhausen, no offense, Danhausen, I love you, but like Danhausen's not like Will Ospreay. Let's face it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So her wearing the cat mask and doing this, like that was a good analogy. If it's not true, it's she stepped into that role very well.
And she seems to be like she fits in everywhere. Danhausen always kind of seemed like he was funny, but other than the stuff he did with Hook, it seemed like he was kind of just like, oh, we're gonna put Danhausen here because it's funny. That stuff with Hook was good. But Harley kind of fits into every, like, she doesn't seem like, oh, we're just gonna stick Harley into this. She seems like she fits really well.
She's so good. Okay. Also have the Don Callis family over the conglomeration.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I feel like Roderick Strong's gonna do something. I don't think he's gonna turn, but he doesn't seem like he really wants to associate with the conglomeration. I can see him like getting annoyed or walking away or like something where he kind of cost them the match.
I agree with that, and I have a prediction on what's going to happen. I have a feel. Oh wait, hold on, I have to write you down for picking. You picked conglomeration though, didn't you?
No, I picked Death Riders.
Callis family, you mean?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Callis family.
Okay. But it's funny that you say.
Is it Callis family or Death Riders? It looks like Death Riders. On the graphic on the website, it's Death Riders.
I thought it said Callis family on the graphic. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. What do I? Oh, well, first off, that's not the right.
No, it's Danny Garcia, Pac, Yuta, and Claudia.
Let's see. What do I? It says conglomeration v DCF from the AEW site. Okay,
that's weird. But yeah, it's Death Riders.
Okay, so
I do feel like you're right, and it was probably supposed to be. I feel like at one point it was the Don Callis family, and they switched it.
Okay, well, I'm still picking the Death Riders, and this goes way better with my prediction.
Nice.
Hold on, Death Riders. I'm writing this in like it matters. Roddy leaves the conglomeration and joins his wife in the Death Riders.
Oh, that would be cool. I
know. Like, I was sitting here watching Dynamite, and they had like that little interaction. Was that not this past week, but the week before? Like, she like just stood in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't touch, or like, he didn't try to walk around her. And Excalibur just said, "Oh, like, is there trouble in paradise or something?" Just that little seed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that would make perfect sense. Like, he would fit in with the Death Riders. I mean, he's a great wrestler. His wife's freaking in the Death Riders.
Yeah, I like that.
Same here. So yeah, I could see him turning and joining. We'll even say during that match.
Yeah,
even though the AEW site says it's the Don Callis family, which is amazing. I love that AEW's website it's still like subpar. It's 6 years in now. We'll get there. I have the Hurt Syndicate over the Demand.
Yeah, I agree with that because the Demand won last pay-per-view. So I feel
exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you got to have round 3.
Yeah.
This is a shocker here. I have Tekla beating Jamie Hayter, and I'll tell you why after you decide.
Yeah, I can agree with that because they need something to set up Blood and Guts, and it's easier to do if the heel wins.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll win and then pick up the microphone and, say like, "I'll see you at Blood and Guts," or she'll beat Jamie and Jamie's like, "Oh, you beat me within the rules. Let's step outside of them."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Again, there's an asterisk by this one. I have Brodito over Okada and Takeshita.
Yeah, I think that Okada and Takeshita are gonna they're not gonna fight, but like someone's gonna bump into someone on the apron, or like they're gonna have some sort of little argument that causes them to lose.
It won't be a blatant thing, like Okada will be running the ropes and Takeshita will be getting up and knock him off, and then he'll just like give him the old "I'm out of here," and then leave him, and then Don Callis will
it's not gonna be like a fight, but it's gonna be something some silly little thing that they get mad about.
Exactly. It'll be like wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Like real life wrestling stuff, because all those guys have the like paper thin skin. I'll tell you how tough they are, but someone's like, "Oh man, did you see his new haircut?" And they're like, "What do you mean by hair?" They're
the biggest babies. Yeah.
Yeah, but back in the day, They'd whooped your ass. You talk like, oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is weird that this was this far down on the card, but they had the women's title match. Now I have stat over Tony on that.
Yeah, I think so. They're not going to have Stat win and then just lose it right back to Tony.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't see that happening.
The next one is going to be, I think, closer to the end of the card than where they have it, just because it's going to be insane. I have Darby beating Mox, but it's going to be gnarly.
Yeah, I agree. Darby beating Mox because it's a rematch from last time. Mox won last time. I kind of hope. I think it is. I hope that this is the end of this.
I agree.
Like, I just not thought they have bad matches or bad chemistry or anything. They've done it for a long time. I kind of want the end of the Death Riders versus AEW thing. I thought that was over when Hangman beat Mox.
Same.
And then I figured, okay, they haven't closed the Darby thing, so they're going to do that. But then I think they kept the Darby thing going for a really long time. I hope that Darby wins and then it's just done. And then Death Riders go do something else.
I totally agree. Did you happen to see, what did you think of it? Not see, did you happen to like the promo of them in the prison?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Mox came off
awesome.
as he came off as the Heath Ledger Joker in my
yes.
That scene with Batman when he's in the interrogation room when he's talking. Yeah. It reminded me of that. I liked it.
I thought it was really, really well done.
And as long as they don't do that kind of stuff all the time, it works. If every single promo was shot like that, then it doesn't work. But because they rarely do it, I thought it was really cool.
That made me think when it was going on, if that was something that Darby came up with. You know how Darby's into film and
yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, just hey, why don't we do something like this? It might not have been him, but it just kind of had his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have Kyle Fletcher beating Mark Briscoe.
I agree with that. I think Kyle Fletcher's going to hold the TNT belt for a long time. I like Mark Briscoe as a competitor, but I don't think he's going to win. I think Kyle Fletcher's going to hold it for a really long time, for months and months and months. So
I totally agree. Yeah. Never in a million years first off, never in a million years would I guess that Jay Briscoe would be tragically killed and Mark would be a singles wrestler. Right. But Mark as a singles wrestler that still can pull off the over-the-top comedy persona but still be a badass.
Yeah,
not many people can do that.
He's Mick Foley-ish. He can be funny, but then you still take him seriously when he wrestles.
Yeah, not many can do that. And your Foley's a prime example of, wow, that was a great analogy off the top of your head, man.
Yeah, he can be, because he's funny. He's really funny, but you treat him seriously in the ring.
Yeah. And that was prime example, the feud he had with MJF.
Right.
Yeah, he would bark at the camera and do all this, but their matches and their promos got darker and darker. Oh, it was so good.
It was good.
And then finally, we have the main event.
Oh, we didn't do the tag. You forgot the tag match.
What's the tag match?
Young Bucks, Jurassic Express.
Oh, yep. Wait, where's it at? Here it is. I have Jurassic Express over the Bucks.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna say Young Bucks. I don't know why. It feels like Young Bucks. Something's gonna come out of this that it'll have to continue. So I feel like the Young Bucks winning makes it continue.
Good point.
I don't know exactly why. That's just my guess.
Man, this is another one that Christian could be involved in. And it makes sense.
Fun. Yeah, that would be fun. This feud has been weird for me. I like it, but it's been weird for me.
Agreed. Because I understand we've had an influx of new fans here, and a lot of people might not get that this is a callback from 2.5 years ago.
Right.
And if you don't, that's understandable. But the fact that it is a callback from 2.5 years ago, and we instantly just bought into it. Nobody was I can't remember that happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so well written that it was just oh yeah, this is perfect, makes perfect sense. But I agree, it's hard to get into.
My biggest problem with the Young Bucks is that I like that they remember stuff, right? I think that's great that they remember stuff from years ago, and that doesn't, they just don't forget their history. And I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's an important part of storytelling and wrestling. But they do, and I think the way WWE reminds you of stuff is too much. Like they'll every 5 minutes be like, "Do you remember that this happened? Do you remember that this happened? This happened. Do you remember that this happened?" Like
And
that's
it just happened 35 seconds
right.
ago.
But I think the Bucks need to do a little bit of not everybody watched them 2 years ago, or not everybody watched this
Right.
BTE sketch from 3 years ago that explains it. Right. Like maybe you didn't miss maybe you missed that episode, or maybe you don't remember or something. They have to do a little bit better job of not beating you over the head with it, but like reminding you, oh yeah, if you didn't see this 2 years ago, this is why this happened. Like just throwing a line here and there to like remind you.
And that is where like Excalibur is, because he's a wrestling nerd too.
Right.
And he'll just straight up tell you, oh, the last time these guys met, it was in PWG in 2004.
Right.
And
that's
like,
all you need. Like you don't need much more than that, but you do need a little thing like that. Because they haven't, maybe I'm missing out, but like I understand that Jack Perry feels like when he was out, they didn't check in on him, right?
Yeah.
But what actually put Jack Perry out? I don't remember now.
The Punk stuff.
No, before, like when he came back, like recently, when he was in the New Elite.
Oh,
what made him leave last time?
I think it was just, there was nothing. It was kind of like sputtering. Like he had a thing, but it really wasn't. I remember like when he hugged the Bucks and did the smile thing, like nobody was buying it. It was just dumb.
And then he had some matches where he did like the scapegoat bus and like he had a match against Danielson, but then like it just seems kind of weird that he's mad at them, because it's not like, he got beat up and they didn't save him. And that's why he was off TV for 6 months.
Right.
He got beat up and they didn't help him. And that's why he kind of just disappeared, which I get, like you go off TV sometimes, sure.
Yeah.
But he kind of just disappeared and then came back and is mad at them. And they never really explained where he was or why he's mad at them, other than they didn't like talk to him enough while he was away. Like it's a little, they needed something a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. Like I never even thought of that, like that aspect of it. But yeah, you're right. Like it really doesn't make sense, because it wasn't like,
he should have said like, oh, I was out because my back hurt or whatever. Just make up a reason.
Yeah, or even
like, and then you didn't call me the whole time, even though you knew that my back hurt and you never checked in on me. And then there's the reason.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be much more than that. That's, man, now I'm like bummed about that, because it doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't.
And I get the like Luchasaurus thing was real, right? Like he was legitimately sick. So they couldn't like write him off on TV. So like, fine. Like Jack Perry alluded to it this week and he was like, oh, you abandoned me and I didn't have anyone to support me. So I went back to someone who supported me in the past. That makes sense. Like that's good. That's good. I like that. But they should have explained how the Bucks abandoned him a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe they did on BTE. I don't know. I don't watch that.
No, like all they ever did on BTE was like the shows would end and they would like, one of their phones would ring and it would be him and they would ignore it. And then it's like, oh, okay, he's coming back. And then it's like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do. And then it was just them ignoring the calls. And then it turned into, where were you guys type stuff. But it really wasn't that big of a BTE deal even.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been a little bit more of a mention. Even like, even mention that then. Like, oh, I was out for a while and I kept trying to call you guys, you didn't answer the phone. Like even that is something. Right? Like it's a little, I don't know. It's a little, that's why I feel like it kind of has to continue, because they haven't explained it much. So,
and then again, a something that makes perfect sense to come full circle. He could be like, oh, I went back to, my roots in Luchasaurus, and then I found my dad, and then a Christian could come out.
Oh yeah, that would be
like,
fun. Yeah.
You would think like when he said like, oh, I was talking to my dad a lot, like maybe even show a picture of Luke Perry.
Right.
And then let that go for like a week or two.
Yeah.
And then finally like, yes, you were talking to my dad. And then Christian's music hit, all the place would go bananas.
I do feel like, I don't know, I know Kenny probably had something with Ibushi coming up and then he got hurt. So that's why they kind of just threw Kenny in this. But it seems a little weird because like Kenny's been feuding with the Don Callis family like for an eternity. For like 2.5
years.
That needs to stop. Like they need to just end that. And then suddenly now he's like involved in this, which I get. They probably had a plan for him and Ibushi to face Don Callis family guys or whatever, and now they can't do that. So they're like, okay, what's Kenny Omega going to do? Oh, we'll put him in this thing with the Bucks. Like I get that, but I don't know. Kenny needs to move away from both of those, in my opinion. He needs to not be involved with the Don Callis family, and he needs to not be involved with the Bucks. He needs to like just do something else for a bit.
I agree. Uh, but it's just like it's so natural for them to be, and again, it'll be good TV, but I would like to see them coexist, as in being on the same show but not even mentioning that the other is there.
Right. And then like, a year from now they can come back
Yes.
and have something, and then it's more meaningful because you haven't seen them in the same ring for a year, right?
Right.
Like then it means something. I know it,
And
it does seem like easy writing to like, oh yeah, you have to have the Bucks involved with Kenny Omega. That's what they
right.
do. But don't for a while and see what
Yeah.
happens.
And like you said, obviously the whole thing with Ibushi threw a monkey wrench in a lot of things. But we all know Tony likes to like book in advance, but he also will make changes when needed. So hopefully he kind of pulls Kenny away from that. I don't know, but I agree. And finally, we have our main event of the card. Hangman. I have Hangman over Joe. A lot of people think Joe's going to win, according to the interwebs, but I don't see that by any means.
No, I can't see Joe. Like I love Samoa Joe, but I can't see him winning.
Agreed. Especially, I mean, he did just have a 3-month run. What about? How long ago was that? About a year ago.
Yeah,
It was right before Mox.
Right before Swerve won, right? No, did he beat Swerve? No, Danielson beat Swerve. So right before Swerve won.
Yeah, right. So, yeah. And I mean, it was a good run. We all said that, Joe was the perfect, like 3-month champion, like placeholder.
And I like that he's like legitimate enough that he could just, obviously there's been a bunch of like injuries and people away in AEW right now. So the fact that they can just bring in Samoa Joe and he feels like a legitimate contender is useful. Like that's important. But I don't think he's winning.
Same.
This dude kind of came out of nowhere, which I get why. Like they probably had plans for something else, and like with Omega or with Swerve or something, and then they're both out, or Osprey or whatever. But this kind of like this started because like Joe got mad that he like bumped him after a match. Like it's weird. And I get that they're trying to like explain that away of like, oh, Joe just has a really short temper, and then Hangman's like, no, you don't. You just want my belt, and you're coming up with an excuse. Like I like the story.
Yeah,
I like they've explained it. They've done really good promos against each other. Like Hangman's done a great job, especially. But it does kind of seem like Joe suddenly out of nowhere was like, now I'm mad at Hangman. Like, they have explained it. They've explained it really well with Hangman being like, no, I don't think you're actually mad at me. I think you just want the title. And that makes sense. But then, again, why do we have trios titles?
Yeah. That just bugs me. The thing that I love most about Hangman is, again, taking the pro wrestling trope out of the whole thing. Hangman talks to, like when he cuts a promo and he's talking to his opponent, he talks to him like a human being, not like a wrestler.
Yeah.
And like, it's incredible. Like when he'll tell people to just settle down, dude. Like,
yeah, he talks like just a real person. Yeah.
And like, you could tell, like he was a school teacher. If the listeners out there don't know that, while he was wrestling, he was teaching school, but the way that you could tell that he was professionally trained to talk down situations that could be gnarly.
Right.
Even his promos are like you said, he corrected Joe. Like, Joe, come on, you're not mad at me. You just want a shot at the title. Like,
right.
That's a kid saying, oh, I did my homework, but I left it in the car. Well, okay, well then go get it. Oh, well, it's over there. Like, no, you didn't do your homework, like,
yeah. Hangman does a really good job of like, he cuts promos that sound like promos, but sometimes he'll cut a promo that doesn't sound like a wrestling promo. He's not like, well, on Saturday night in the ring, we're going to fight. Like he just talks. And that's a good point. And it makes you care because it's just like a guy talking about something.
Yeah. And again, we all know it's wrestling and we all know it's a wrestling promo, but if you just do something a little out of the norm, that's not screaming your head off and yelling and kicking the ropes, like, it's just different. I mean, I think that's why in the 90s people liked Foley so much. Like, yeah, he jumped off of this and fell off of that, but like he had a cool, calm, and collected calming voice.
Yeah, and he
And
just
when
talked. Yeah.
and he just talked. Oh,
Like
man.
even on Dynamite at the end when like he was doing commentary and Roosh like kind of spat at him or called him out or whatever, and Hangman goes, "Well, gentlemen, it's been fun. I have to go do something." And just like
Yeah.
that was, instead of just like jumping up in a rage and running in the ring, he'd like, "Okay, well, this guy called me out. I will go fight him now." Like it sounded like a thing a normal person would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you were on the phone with your friend and some guy started like banging on your door, you'd be like, "Hey, buddy, I got to go into the door. There's some crazy guy yelling at my door right
Yeah.
now." You wouldn't just like fly up in a rage, right? Like,
throw the phone against the wall. Your
Yeah.
friend has no idea what's happening.
right.
Yeah. Man, if only real life was like wrestling. Well, in some places it is kind of.
Yes. But yeah, Hangman's not losing. Like
Yeah, agreed.
he has to at least hold the belt until like Swerve comes back, and then they can have a fight for it.
Yeah, I agree to that.
And it seems like Swerve's not far. Like he's like walking around and doing like he's not like on crutches or like anything. So he's
no,
not
it was
that far.
He had a torn meniscus, correct?
Yeah.
When
he's had for like 5 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I had a torn meniscus in my right knee, and when I got my knee scoped, I walked out of the hospital. Like, I wasn't even given I was in a knee brace, but like I wasn't on crutches, I wasn't on anything. So, I mean, that's I was in my 30s when that happened, but I'm not in
is
peak
that something
physical.
Is that something that just heals? Like you just rest and it heals, or you have to get surgery on that?
Well, I got its arthroscopic surgery on it. Like, they went in with like, there's two little, it looks like I got puncture wounds on my knee. And it was like, dude, it was so minimal. Like, I think the surgery was maybe 30 minutes. Like I was in and out like super fast. Well, it was longer than 30 minutes to be out of.
I just Googled it. Swerve had surgery in August.
So he should be about ready to come back. Cause I think the only thing they told me I wasn't allowed to do, cause it was my right leg, I wasn't allowed to drive because like they said I could go through spots where like I could get numb and I might not be able to feel my foot or something but that was only like 3 weeks. Right. So, I mean, I'm sure, as somebody in peak physical condition like that too, I could see him maybe coming back. What's the next pay-per-view? November. I could see maybe coming back at like the end of the December pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like start the new year.
Full Gear and then World's End. So yeah.
Yeah, I could see him coming back at World's End.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That would be fun.
It would be always.
Swerve's awesome.
Swerve's incredible.
Interesting that there's two, main card women's matches. One's a non-title match, which is cool because they hardly ever do that.
Yeah.
It's just Tekla and Jamie. No Mercedes, which is like, I understand, like it makes sense, but it is cool that they have two women's matches and one's not a title match, and it doesn't have. Yeah.
To not use Mercedes. Yeah. I mean, Jay was asking the other day if she was going to be in the new Mandalorian thing. Excuse me. Oh, the hiccups. From what I read, yes, she is, but I don't know when that starts filming.
Right.
So, and like her part, she's not she's a low main character, if that makes any sense. Like, so I could see her like doing like her, like if she would need just say this whole week off, like she could do her whole season shots in like 1 week.
Right.
So yeah, I could see like her doing that and then missing like a week or so and then coming back.
I could see her even missing like, because the blood and guts stuff hasn't really involved her at this point.
True.
Right? It's been like Jamie and what's their name, Triangle of Madness. And Queen Emanata, and like it hasn't involved Mercedes at all. So they could just have her like be gone for a month until that's over, and then she can come back. And now she's the longest reigning TBS champion, so she has that.
Yes. Anyways, any final thoughts?
No, like it's like I said, this pay-per-view hasn't like, it doesn't super excite me on like a scale of 1 to 10. It's like a 5. Like it's fine. Like I'm sure it'll be good. Like I'm sure after the show, I'll be like, oh yeah, that AEW
100%.
AEW tends to do that. The shows where you think they're not going to be great,
Yeah.
the people end up doing a great job. Like all the match, there's not a bad match on this card. There isn't a match where I'm like, oh, I don't care about this. Exactly. Like the stuff I want to end, right? Like I want like the Death Rider stuff to change.
Yeah.
I want like the Don Callis family to do something, but like it's not like the matches are bad nowhere on the card.
Oh no, that's like
I'm sure it's gonna be good
stuff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm excited. I will be watching on Sunday though. I'm not going to be watching Saturday night. I have my buddy's tattoo shop 15-year anniversary thing is tomorrow. So
yeah, I might watch on Saturday because it's the only day when there's no Blue Jays games on. So
yes, no spoilers then if you watch. Oh, it's late. So well, I'm still not going to watch because I won't be home, but I can avoiding spoilers will be easy when it's not on in the afternoon.
Yeah, the only problem with avoiding spoilers is like if you use YouTube at all, because my YouTube is like the algorithm knows I like wrestling stuff.
Oh yeah.
So if I haven't watched the show and then I open YouTube for something else, like the top video was like, here's what happened at WrestleDream, and it has like and then it has like the thumbnail is like every match winner, and I'm just like, well, that wrecked that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all been there. All right, well, and so to everybody, again, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are on all social media at Elite City Pod, on YouTube. So give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. All that helps. And make sure to pass along on all social media too. It takes nothing to, rethread or whatever, retweet, blue sky, whatever in the hell it's called. It doesn't take anything.
We don't use the bad one. So
yeah, well, none of us. Yeah, none of us.
We're all on the other one. The other ones. So I don't know what they share. I guess is just
the share is the that's the word I was looking for. So yeah. Until next week. Have a good one. Enjoy WrestleDream, and we'll see you with our review of the show next week. So until then, later.